Hello and welcome. I'm Rudy, your host, and tonight we're going to be talking about conquering roadblocks on the pathway to success. And I think tonight my purpose is helping to shift your mindset in terms of some of the obstacles that keep us back, keep us trapped in the status quo, and to move beyond just achievement. Achievement and fulfillment are two different concepts. They're often, linked together. And you can have achievement, which is filling your life with things, milestones, success markers, winning awards, getting promotions, all of those external things. But yet at the end of the day, you can still be very empty and unfulfilled. And so what I'm hoping to get at is to help people move beyond just achievement to really living a life of fulfillment where you're driven by, your purpose, your destiny, your true fulfillment of being able to align with what you're talented with, the gifts and the ideas and the things that you've been given to not just benefit you, but to benefit the world at large. So with that, let's get into tonight's focus, which is accepting the status quo. And, I have here hashtag guilty because I've done that. And so tonight, what I'm talking about is this slow, gradual settling. It is a quiet resignation that happens over a period of time. And so without a structured plan or a blueprint, many people naturally default to what's comfortable, continuing in the same job that they don't really love, maintaining the same old habits, perhaps living with the same frustrations, yet not doing anything about it. And for many individuals in this mindset is you stop believing that change is possible and you eventually accept that whatever's happening in your life, regardless of how terrible it is, you accept it as your permanent reality. And so it highlights how things like discouragement and disappointments can wear you down and lead you to a point where you just stop trying. you it's not that you necessarily consciously quit, but you come to believe that this is just the way things are always going to be. And it drains your motivation. Doubts creep in until eventually you live to expect failure instead of anticipating success. And what does that look like on a daily basis? When setbacks pile up and discouragement takes over, three very dangerous things start to happen. And these are what I call the consequences of a defeated mindset. The first is you stop dreaming. And this is very tragic because when you stop dreaming, you stop imagining better possibilities. The dreams that once excited you now feel foolish. And you tell yourself things like, well, it's too late. Or, you shrink your vision to settle for a reality far smaller than what you're capable of. You lower your expectations for life, aiming at only what feels safe. And you sadly watch others chase and pursue their goals while you sit on the sidelines. And then you eventually move into stop believing. You at first tell yourself, you know, the indifference, putting in the effort is just not worth it. You disengage from your goals, even from yourself and the passion that you once had for your, what lights you up, what's important to you. You start going through the motions instead of living with intention. And so you stop believing. Why should I even try? Nothing ever works out anyway. And then the third part is you stop living. You're existing. You're going through the motions. You lose motivation. Life becomes just a series of routine events, and you settle for comfort zones. You avoid anything that could bring you disappointment. You turn down opportunities and you say no to new experiences. And you say things like, well, if I don't try, then that means I won't fail. You isolate yourself, choosing comfort over connection. And your days start to blur together and you feel stuck in a never ending cycle. So you have to ask yourself, why do people stay here in this mindset? Breaking free from a defeated mindset isn't just about knowing it's harmful. It's about understanding why we remain stuck in it. And I think there are three very powerful reasons why people don't move forward, even when they desperately want to. And I think the first one hits home. It's just easier. The fear of failure is exhausting. And when you've been let down enough times by enough people, it's tempting to just stop trying altogether. It's just easier to sit in inaction. It just feels safer to remain in your comfort zone to avoid risking yet another setback. Second reason why people stay here is they maybe feel like, you know what, I don't have any other choice. Maybe they believe that they're trapped. They tell themselves that, life is just the way it is and they have no other options, no resources, no ability to change their situation. And this mindset keeps you repeating the same patterns, even when those same patterns aren't serving you well. And the third reason why people stay here, I believe, is you get used to it. You become numb to the damage. The most dangerous reason is you stay stuck longer than you recognize the toll that it's taking on you. And over time, you adapt to the struggle. The constant stress, the negative thought patterns become normal to you, and you don't even realize how much it is that you've lost. And so the cost of continuing to stay here and make this mistake is people will stay in a job that they hate, even if the work is uninspiring, draining, no longer fulfills them. They'll stay in that job for years and not do anything about it. Meanwhile, they have these tremendous gifts, natural abilities, ideas, opportunities that remain dormant. And then they move into, just maintain the same unhealthy habits, the same negative self-talk, sticking with the habits that feel comfortable because it's just too overwhelming, perhaps, to do anything different. And so over time, these habits chip away at your potential. They chip away at your confidence, your overall well-being, reinforcing the belief system that things will never change. And then eventually you just become immune to it. You don't even realize the disappointments and the setbacks and the failures has had an immense impact on your emotional and psychological well-being. But here's the reality. Here's the truth. Where you are right now, tonight, is not where you have to stay. What's powerful is that with an effective strategy, you can achieve what once felt impossible. And so I'm going to give you three ways to help you when you stop making this mistake. Here's what happens. Here's how you can break through the status quo mindset. Number one, you got to take a step forward. Identify one action that you've been avoiding and do it today. Whether it's starting that project, making that call, stepping into a new opportunity, write the song that maybe you're a writer and you need to write the book, write the song. Maybe you need to start the business. Maybe you need to paint, that portrait, that masterpiece. The world is waiting for your ideas, your voice, your unique gifts. Don't allow fear or hesitation to keep you from stepping forward. Embrace your gifts. Start that opportunity, start that movement today, because the only thing standing between you and your greatest potential is the decision to take action. And then number two, shift your mindset. Start replacing, listen to your vocabulary and replace statements of self-doubt with confidence. Instead of always automatically defaulting to I can't or it won't or I never, start believing that it is possible. And one of the most powerful ways to do number one and number two is to step into the third part, which is surround yourself. Surround yourself with inspiration. Seek out mentors. Read empowering books. Engage with people who challenge and uplift you. And your environment will ultimately shape your growth trajectory. So, as we conclude, here are the three things that this Thrive Business Idea Launch System is all about. We want to be able to invite entrepreneurs, individuals with opportunities, ideas, passions for business, perhaps some type of talent or skill that you have that you want to convert those things into an income. You want to be able to turn your passion into profit. You want to be able to share what you have with the world. And we're going to offer you 3 opportunities to do that by giving you support, feedback, and exposure. Every Monday night at 7, we're going to have these community calls whereby we can just encourage one another. We can develop a community and environment where your dreams can flourish, where your ideas can come to life. And most importantly, the third thing that I'm really excited about is the exposure, that third dimension, exposure. To be able to have a community teeming with fresh ideas, support, where you can see your ideas and those concepts, those dreams that you have come to life. And you think about it, we have at present moment, we have around 50 some odd people in our community. And so it is said that the average person knows at least 250 people. So if that is true, that means even with just the 50 or 53 people that we have within this Facebook community, that we have around 13,250 people, somewhere around, I know it's well over 13,000 if my math is correct. It's around 13 plus thousand people that we have access to right here with just the 53 people in this community. That's powerful. That means if you're trying to do something, if you're trying to develop or launch an idea, what better space to do that than in the presence of, having access to 13,000 people that could hear your idea, your concept, get behind something that you're doing. And that's really the essence of what I'm trying and hoping to create with this Thrive business idea launch system, is to be able to bring together entrepreneurs, those who are perhaps stay-at-home moms, those who currently work a job that you can't leave your full-time job, but maybe you want to start a side hustle and you're not certain how to do that. Well, this is the spot. This is the space for us to be able to engage with one another and further those ideas or business goals. And so with that, I'd like to thank you for your time tonight. And until next time, have an amazing day.